You are holding the phone. Your hands are shaking just a little bit. You saw the message, you saw the name. You know exactly what it means. But when you confront her, when you ask her the simple question, she doesn't cry. She doesn't say sorry. She looks you dead in the eye with a face made of stone and says, "You are crazy. You are imagining things. Why are you so insecure?" And for a second, you believe her. You start to think, maybe I am crazy. Today, we are going to rip the mask off the most dangerous game a woman plays. We are going to talk about why a woman will take her secret to the grave, why she will lie to your face even when you know the truth, and why she will never, ever admit she is cheating until you have undeniable, 100% solid proof. This isn't about lying. This is about survival. This is about a psychological defense mechanism so deep and so powerful that she actually starts to believe her own lies. We are going to expose the dark reality of trickle truth, gaslighting, and why the man who waits for a confession is the man who loses everything. You are sitting there and your gut is screaming at you. You know something is off. The late nights at work, the sudden password change on her phone, the way she pulls away when you try to touch her. You are not stupid. You are a man with instincts. But when you bring it up, you expect an adult conversation. You expect the truth. Instead, you get World War III. Here is the cold, hard truth that most men are too afraid to face. She is not admitting it because admitting it destroys her backup plan. You think she is hiding the truth to protect your feelings. That is the lie you tell yourself to sleep at night. She is hiding the truth to protect her options. As long as she denies it, she gets to keep you as her safety net while she tests out the new guy. She gets to keep your house, your money, your emotional support, and your stability while she gets the excitement and the thrill from him. Admitting it means burning the bridge. And a woman never burns a bridge until she is sure the new boat is ready to sail. If you are tired of feeling like you are losing your mind, if you are tired of the games and the confusion, then you need to be part of this brotherhood. We talk about the things society wants you to ignore. So do yourself a huge favor and hit that subscribe button right now. Don't let them keep you in the dark. Join the men who know the truth. Let's look at a real story. We will call him Robert. Robert was a good man. He was the provider. He worked 60 hours a week to pay for the nice house in the suburbs. He paid for his wife's car, her clothes, her vacations. He thought that if he just provided enough, she would always be loyal. One day, Robert found a receipt in her car. It was for a dinner for two at a romantic restaurant on a night she said she was visiting her mother. The bill was expensive. It included a bottle of wine. Robert went home, his heart pounding. He sat her down. He didn't yell. He just asked, "Hey, I found this. Were you at this restaurant?" Now watch what happened. This is the trap. She didn't say, "Yes, I messed up." She exploded. She stood up and threw her hands in the air. She screamed, "I can't believe you're going through my car. You're checking on me? You don't trust me? After 10 years, this is what I get? You're controlling. You are toxic." She turned the conversation away from the dinner onto his behavior. She made him the villain for finding the clue. She acted so offended, so hurt, that Robert started to apologize. He said, "I'm sorry, I just saw it. I didn't mean to snoop." He backed down. He let it go. He thought, maybe she went with a friend. Maybe I'm being paranoid. 6 months later, Robert came home early and found her in their bed with the neighbor. Robert lost. He lost because he waited for her to admit it. He lost because he thought her anger meant she was innocent. She wasn't angry that he checked her car. She was angry that he almost ruined her game. She needed Robert to pay the bills while she had fun with the neighbor. Admitting the truth would have ended her free ride. So she lied. She lied with passion. She lied until Robert doubted his own eyes. This brings us to the deep psychology of why this happens. You have to understand, for a woman, her reputation is her currency. In the old days, if a woman was known as a cheater, she was cast out. She lost her protection. She lost her community. That fear is still in her DNA. So when she cheats, her brain does a mental flip. She cannot see herself as the bad person. She cannot look in the mirror and say, "I am a traitor." It is too painful. So she rewrites the story in her head. She tells herself, "I wouldn't have done this if he paid more attention to me," or "I deserve to be happy," or "we haven't been connected for years." She convinces herself that you drove her to it. By the time you confront her, she doesn't feel guilty. She feels justified. That is why she can lie to your face without blinking. In her mind, she isn't lying. She is surviving a bad relationship that you created. It is a twisted logic, but it is real to her. Now, let's talk about the second type of man. Let's call him Steve. Steve thought he was smart. Steve found messages on his wife's iPad. They were flirty. They weren't explicit proof of sex, but they were definitely crossing the line. Miss you, thinking about you, things like that. Steve confronted her. He showed her the messages. He thought, "Gotcha." But Steve made a mistake. He accepted the trickle truth. Trickle truth is when she admits to the exact amount of bad behavior you have proof for, but not a drop more. She looked at the messages and said, "Okay, fine. We flirted a little bit. It was stupid. He is just a guy at work. It didn't mean anything. I was lonely because you work so much. But nothing happened. We never touched." She admitted to the texting to save the marriage, but she denied the physical affair. She gave Steve a little piece of the truth to shut him up. Steve wanted to believe her. He wanted to save his family. So he accepted it. He said, "Okay, no more texting." He thought he won. He thought he set a boundary. But he didn't know that flirting is never just flirting. If there is smoke coming out of the window, the house is already on fire. Adults don't text, "I miss you" at 11 p.m. unless they are already physically involved or planning to be. Steve spent the next 2 years being the relationship police, checking her phone, checking her location. He was miserable, and she just got better at hiding it. She bought a second phone. She met the guy in places with no cameras. Eventually, the truth came out. She had been sleeping with the guy for 3 years. The texting was just the tip of the iceberg. Steve wasted 2 years of his life policing a woman who belonged to the streets, all because he settled for a half-truth. If you are realizing right now that you might be accepting half-truths, if you are realizing that you are playing police officer in your own home, you need to wake up. This is your life passing you by. Hit that subscribe button right now. We are building a tribe of men who refuse to be played. Join us. Why do they do this? Why the trickle truth? Because they are managing the risk. They are trying to see how much you will tolerate. If she admits to texting and you stay, she knows you have you hooked. She knows you are afraid to leave. She loses a little bit of respect for you, but she keeps her safety net. She will never admit to the sex until you have the photo, the video, or the DNA test. And even then, she will say, "It only happened once." Spoiler, it never happened just once. It happened 100 times. She needs you to doubt yourself. She needs you to be the confused one. Because if you are confused, you don't act. You freeze. And while you're frozen, She is still in control. Now, let me tell you the story of the winner, the man who handled it right. Let's call him Michael. Michael was a man who knew his value. He didn't need a woman to complete him. He wanted a partner, not a project. Michael noticed his girlfriend was acting shady. She was hiding her screen. She was going out for girls' nights, but coming home smelling like men's cologne and cigarettes even though she didn't smoke. She was cold. Michael didn't snoop. He didn't try to hack her phone. He didn't beg for the truth. One night, she came home at 3 a.m. She tried to sneak into bed. Michael turned on the lamp. He didn't yell. He was calm. He was ice cold. He said, "You're late." She started the routine. "Oh, the girls and I lost track of time. My phone died. The Uber was late." The rehearsal, the script. Michael didn't argue with the lie. He didn't ask for proof. He didn't ask to see her phone. He stood up and said, "I'm not doing this. I know what this is. We are done." She froze. The script didn't work. She tried to flip it. "You're crazy. You're throwing this away because I'm late? You're insecure." Michael didn't take the bait. He didn't defend himself. He didn't say, "I am not insecure." He just said, "I don't trust you anymore. And a relationship without trust is a waste of my time. You need to leave." She started crying. She started begging. Then the truth started to leak out. "Okay, I met an ex for a drink, but nothing happened." Michael didn't care. He didn't care if they shook hands or slept together. He cared that she broke the frame of respect. He cared that she acted like a single woman while she was with him. He put her bags at the door. He changed the locks the next day. He never got the full confession. He never got the video proof. And he didn't need it. 2 weeks later, a mutual friend told him she moved in with the ex-boyfriend she was just having a drink with. Michael won. He won because he didn't wait for her permission to break up. He didn't wait for her to admit she was the villain. He trusted his gut. He knew that disrespect is the only proof you need. The moment you feel like you have to play detective, the relationship is already over. The moment you have to ask, "Are you cheating?" the trust is dead. And without trust, you are just a prison guard waiting for a riot. A woman will only admit the truth when she has no other choice or when she no longer needs you. If she admits it, it usually means she is ready to leave you anyway. She has lined up the new branch, she has secured her new supply, and she doesn't need your safety net anymore. That is the only time you get the full truth, when it doesn't cost her anything. But as long as she needs you, as long as you are useful to her, she will lie. She will look you in the eye and swear on her mother's life that nothing happened. She will make you feel like a monster for suspecting her. You cannot logic your way out of this. You cannot argue her into a confession. You cannot nice guy her into honesty. The only power you have is your ability to walk away. Your power is in your absence. If you stay, if you accept the lies, you are teaching her that you are weak. You are teaching her that she can disrespect you, betray you, and lie to you, and you will still pay the mortgage. You will still take her to dinner. And no woman can love a man she does not respect. So, here's the smart question I want you to answer. I want you to really think about this and drop a comment below. If you have to demand the truth from someone who is supposed to love you, is that person really your partner, or are they just your enemy living in your house? Drop your opinion in the comments section. I want to hear what you think. Have you ever caught a woman in a lie and watched her double down? Tell me your story. It helps the other men here learn.
And listen to me. If this video woke you up, if you felt that fire in your chest, do not let it die. You need to arm yourself with knowledge. You need to understand the game so you never get played again. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. We are going to keep digging deeper into the truth. The next video is going to change everything. Do not miss it.